All right, I think I'm live. Hello, 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 Nancy. I see you. That means that that I am here. Let me fix my camera real quick. I almost forgot to figure out how to go live on YouTube. I almost completely forgot because it has been a while. Last week I had a lot going on. Events almost every single night, and so it just did not work out very well to go live and stress myself out. So I am here tonight. We are going to dive in pretty quickly. I don't have a lot of announcements other than the last chance is out there. Right now is a great time to get any of those products that were in the mini catalog, and even there are some online exclusives that are now last chance. What that means is that once they are gone, and you cannot get them anymore. So make sure that you head over there and check those out. Some of the products we're using tonight are on there. Last I checked, they were still available. That could be completely different today because I did not check today. They could be gone already, but I know a lot of people have these products. So I decided whatever I put together, we're just going to go with that. I have Maggie tonight because Ben's in a meeting. So she hasn't been in the room in a while when I've gone live to talk to y'all. So, all right, get on your bed. All right, good girl. Good girl. I know. You want to be up here with them to see them and talk to them. So anyway, so just make sure you go check out that. That is about all that I have announcement wise. The new catalog is coming out in January. For those of you who are coming to the class this weekend, I will have catalogs for you as well as a little gift inside. So yay for that. And then of course celebration will start. So I will have I want to say it's going to be either a 3 or a 4-day series at the beginning of the year, so that we can kick off celebration as well as the new catalog. But I will be sending out all that information in the next week or two. So just be on the lookout for that. Last but not least, just make sure that you comment so that I know that you're here and I can say hello. And then also make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate it if you shared my video. All right, let's dive in. I'm going to put us down on the table. And Deb, I don't know if I said hello or not, but hello. I was trying to spit all that out quickly. All right, let's see if I can get everything was, in a different way than I am used to when I came over here, because I did a couple of Facebook Lives recently. So we are going to maybe put my lights back where they should be. And then we will get busy. All right. So we are doing stocking stuffers. I am a huge stocking stuffer person. I love to find little treats. I'm a 3D girl. I like all the 3D stuff. And so for me, when Ben and I were out doing some errands and Christmas shopping, I guess 2 weekends ago, the weekend of Thanksgiving, I kind of did some hunting for some cute little treats that I could give to family and, the girls, my nieces, and that kind of stuff. So I found this, and I hadn't seen a Santa one before. They even had, I think it was a reindeer and a snowman. And so I liked the Santa one and figured I could come up with a project for that one. So we are going to make, hello, Melissa, a little Santa box for it to go in. There's not even a sentiment, because you know what? Hubba Bubba does not need a sentiment. But when you open it up, I extended out the little piece here for his belt so that it was easy to open up. And then you'll just close it like that. So it's a pretty easy box. It's, I guess, what they call a clamshell kind of box. And so that fits right down in there. And then all you have to do is stick it down in someone's stocking, or this would be great for coworkers or neighbors, that kind of stuff. Kids, like kids in your neighborhood. This would be perfect for them. Okay, I'm going to grab we're going to be using the score board a lot tonight. I won't call out the measurements, but I do have a blog post that has all the measurements on there for you. So make sure you go check that out to grab those. All right, so we have a piece of real red, and let's make sure I get the measurements right. I wrote them all down on stickies. So on the long side, we are going to score at 1 and 4 1/4, 5 1/4, and 8 1/2. Then we're going to turn it to the 5 1/4, the short side, and we're going to do 1, and we're going to do 4 1/4. Now this is probably one of my favorite boxes to do because it's just so easy. It uses, you know, a piece of cardstock, just one sheet, and then everything is together, and there's not a lot of putting pieces together and that kind of stuff. It's really just simple, and then you slice and you dice and you fold and you put all together. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bone folder, if I can find it. Oh, yes, and I'm pretty sure I think I found all the actual ones that we're using tonight. They were all from Target. I got some stuff from Walmart and Target. That's where I found everything, because I bought a bunch of different stuff because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So yeah, and these are quick and easy to do as well. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to, and I just want to make sure, I'm going to open my box over here because I want to make sure I just do it all right. Because my luck would be that I would mess it up because I'm really good at that. All right, it is the same on each side. So you're just going to pick one side that's going to be your top that will stick into your box to keep it closed. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut that tab at an angle, and then we're going to cut this one off. And all I'm going to do is cut straight down on the side of the score line. And then we're going to come here and we're going to do cut along the score line on the long tab. And then you're going to notch in a little bit for your short tab or small tab. And then notch in here. And then cut right down like that. And then you're going to come down to this one and you're going to notch this one as well. Just like you did the other small one. And then flip it and we're going to do the same exact thing. And you are not going to believe this, but Maggie is literally pitching a fit in the floor behind me. She is so mad that I'm not giving her attention and that I'm talking to y'all. Now you can hear. She has this week, we are on Thursday, and this week she has had a personality quite loud. She has been, I tell Ben all the time, it's probably because she's spoiled, and that's what's happening. But she has been quite a terrible 2 this week. Okay, so here is how it will look all laid out, and I will leave it right there, so if you want to, you can actually take a quick picture of it, and you can go back and do a screenshot of it too. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some tear and tape. And I found this was the easiest way to do it. You could do liquid glue, you could do seal, any of that you want to do. This is going to be our top. So both of these tabs are going to come in here. So you're going to do the outside with your adhesive. And we're going to stick that there. Stick that one there. And you can do 2 pieces if you want of your tear and tape on each tab, but I feel like the one is just fine. All right, so now we're gonna take those tabs off. And I do need to actually do something real quick too with our notching. Okay, so we're gonna stick these to our bottom, which is gonna be over here. We're just gonna line that up. And then we're gonna line this one up. And then do it on this side. Oop. I'm gonna pull that a little closer. There we go. And then let's do this one. All right, now on these 2 tabs, we needed to notch those 2 just to make sure that they fit down in that box and they don't get caught. All right. So then we'll notch in this one, notch in this one. And then I got a lot of trash going on. And then ta-da, your little box fits right there. Now, another good thing is if you have, thank you, Deb, if you have someone that you know loves bubble gum or bubble, you know, of any kind, this would be a good gift too. And then you could also fit a gift card right on top of it. So if they were like a neighbor that you wanted to give a little extra to. All right, and then it just sits right on down in there. And then we are going to grab the rest of our pieces. And I've gone ahead and cut everything out because I figured y'all did not need to watch me do all that. So we have a little bit of glimmer paper, and this is from the Festive. It's got Granny Apple Green, Real Red, and Lemon Lime Twist. All right, hold on just a second. Ben's back, so I'm going to let her escape. Come on. Come on. All right, go see Daddy. Okay. And then we're going to take some liquid glue. Deb, I'm braving the liquid glue again. And we're going to put a little bit on there. And then we're going to just lay it right there on top. Just like that. Then we've got our little black piece, and this goes all the way across. So I cut this a little bit smaller, and then this allows us to kind of have a handle to pick it up and put it back in. And then we're just going to do liquid glue. And we're going to put it right over the center there. And I probably put that a little too high, but that's okay. We can move it down just a touch. Another good thing with using the liquid glue is that it will adhere right to that glimmer paper really well. Okay, then we have a piece of gold foil. So we're going to put that down. And we're going to center that. Make his big, large belt buckle. Make sure I have it centered. And then I cut another square, and these are using the stylish shapes. And then I cut this is the next to largest. This is the smallest. And then we're gonna adhere this right to the center of our gold. And that's gonna take just a second to dry. And the only reason is because the gold foil is slick on top. So it's gotta kind of start setting and drying, and then it will attach right to it. Exactly, that's right. A regular sized one does, without the paper, it will fit without the paper. And I will show you real quick, hold on. I've got some gift cards over here. So if you take it out of the wrapping, or you can even fold the paper in half, it'll fit right there. And it is literally like a perfect fit down in there. Well, let's see. We might be easier to do it that way. And then you'll just stick it. Well, You know, when I did it last night, it worked. And of course, I'm going to go live and it's not. There we go. It's a little bulky for some reason. It was not last night. but there you go for that. All right, let me put that back down in there. Take it out. I always forget to take the gift cards out later. Okay, then the last but not least thing that we're going to do on it is just a quick bow right on the top. Just make it fancy. If you're giving it to a guy, then I would say you could leave off the bow and just do the Santa belt. And then you could always add a sentiment as well. And I was wrong. Ben did not walk in the door. I don't know what I heard. I thought I heard the alarm, but I did not. Okay, so we're just going to take that and we're going to stick it right to the center. And then ta-da, there we go. There is a little box for you to put some Hubba Bubba in it. All right, let me grab the next project. I'm going to set this aside. Oop. Okay. Now, the next one we're going to do is this little box right here. Inside of this box is some hot chocolate. It's some hot cocoa mix. And these I found at Target. It came in a box of 4. And I'm going to tell you, you could do a different layout for each one of them. Because this one is, of course, it's got like the green in it. So I did the Lost Lagoon. I thought that was the closest to it. You could probably do some shaded spruce as well. So that's just regular hot cocoa mix. This is a s'mores, and then peppermint, and then salted caramel. These make perfect stocking stuffers. Perfect Secret Santa. And then, of course, kids love this. This could be something that you do for Christmas morning. So anyway, so we are going to do our box. And this one's going to use a little bit more cardstock, though. I need to keep that there. So you'll need 2 pieces for this one. And then we're going to put all that there and grab my scoreboard. All right. And then I have this on the back. Okay, so on the 6.5 side, we are going to score at 1.5. And then we're going to flip it to the 6-inch, and we're going to do 1.5 and 4.5. Then we're going to do the same thing to our other piece. 1.5, and then 1.5 and 4.5. All right. Okay, then we're going to fold these on our score lines. Fold on our score lines. Just like that. All right, so then we're going to cut our box. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut all of our tabs on the bottom with a little bit of an angle, okay? So we're just really going to cut it in like a triangle. You'll see it's a little triangle, a skinny triangle, but a triangle. All right, and then we'll do that one. And then we'll come over here and do this one. Add an angle. And it doesn't have to be much of an angle, just a little one. It's just to make sure that all the edges, when they come together, really do go together and they don't stick out. Okay, and so then we'll do this one. And this one. All right, and then we're gonna do this edge and this edge. Okay, so then once we do that, we're then gonna pick which one we want to be our front piece. And it doesn't matter because they're the exact same size. So we're gonna do this one. We're gonna grab the Snowy Wonder and grab the 2 smallest snowflakes there. Grab some Lost Lagoon. And then we are gonna stamp all over. And I did this as an after effect, or an after when I put the box together. So now I'm just gonna bring it all the way down. I didn't think about it until I realized it kind of had some large open space down there, and I didn't really like that. So, okay, now this should be enough. I'm gonna add one more right here, like that, and then I think that is perfect. Okay, so then we're gonna close this up. While we're stamping, I'm gonna go ahead and do the For You. And these pieces, all 4 of these pieces right here are from the A Little Bit Festive designer series paper. So it has these punch outs. And I'm gonna grab the snowflake one. I'm gonna ink it up. And then I'm gonna just stamp it there in the center. Just like that, okay? All right, and then once we do that, and the For You is from the Decorative Trees. Okay, then once we do that, we are gonna take some of our, this is Basic Beige. We're gonna make some hills. And the hills that we're gonna make, we're just gonna eyeball it, okay? Nothing fancy. We're just gonna eyeball it. And it does not have to be perfect, okay? And then we're going to do a larger one. And I have my tall over here on the right. So now we're gonna do the tall on the left side. All right, and then you've got some extra left there. This is gonna go flat right here. So we're just gonna grab some liquid glue to do it. And then we are gonna put our box together, okay? And when we put our box together, we of course wanna make sure that this is our front. So all of this is gonna go last, and it's all gonna go toward the back. So what we're gonna do is, this is gonna be the outside piece. This is gonna be the inside. So we're gonna take some liquid glue, and we're gonna put, actually let's do this first. We're gonna take and put these in here, and we're gonna kind of do it tight for the what I call the inside piece. We're gonna put it pretty tight so that your edges are really close together there, okay? And then we're gonna take and put glue on this side, and we're gonna turn it and put glue on this side. And then we're gonna turn it one more time, and we're gonna put glue here on the bottom, okay? Then we're gonna take this bottom piece, and we're gonna lay that right across, just like that. And you know what? Nope, it should be the sides first. I'm sorry. So we're gonna lay that down and then pull them up like this. And the reason for that is we've got to get, we gotta put in our corners for our little tabs first. Okay, There we go. The moment I did it, I knew I did it wrong. All right, so we've got that adhered down now. Now we're gonna open this up and put those down. And then we'll put a little bit more glue here since I didn't put it down fast enough. And then we're gonna lay that across there. Okay. And then there we go. And then you're gonna take your box and you're gonna stick it right in, and it's gonna be a tight squeeze. And once you put that in, what you can then do is take your bone folder and you can rub it just to make sure that those edges have healed or have sealed with that glue, okay? And having that box inside of it will help you to really make sure. It'll give you that solid force you need. Okay, now that we've done that, we're gonna take our small hill, we're gonna flip it over, we're gonna put dimensionals on it. I know, Deb, I practiced with it all week after my debacles that I was having. I said, I've got to use it more because it really does help with your 3D projects, and you know how much I love those. So, all right, so we're gonna take our little hill here and we're gonna put this down. I'm gonna put that a little closer. So we're gonna stick this right here at the bottom, just like that. And then we've got our Christmas tree. This part is going to adhere to our bottom hill, or snowy bank, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to take and put dimensionals at the top. We're actually going to take this one and cut it in half. And we're going to stick that there. Okay, take off those backs. And then we're going to adhere it right here onto our card or our box front. I have our little hot chocolate cup. We're going to flip that over. We're going to put dimensional there. And then we're going to add dimensional there and a dimensional there. And then we'll put a little bit of liquid glue here. I popped it up on this one, but I didn't end up really liking that as much. So we're gonna do it this way. I felt it made it a little too bulky. All right. Okay. Now we are gonna take, this is just a gold strip that is in, it is a little bit longer, that's in that paper, and we're gonna take and flag the ends. So we're just going to go down the center and then cut in from each side. And I'm moving slow with it because for whatever reason, when I was doing the sample, I could not for the life of me get the flagged ends to even look right. I was struggling for sure. Okay, I have over the years collected clips. We've got some like binder clips and some other different things, clothespins, that kind of stuff from Stampin' Up. And so these were from Stampin' Up, I don't know, maybe when I first joined almost 10 years ago. So we're going to do, on the back of the gold, we are going to take some tear and tape. I forgot the word there for a second. Hello, Kathy. And we are going to take that tear and tape off. We're going to stick that right there on our clothespin. We are then going to take our For You and we're going to put a little liquid glue on the back. Because again, this will hold a little bit easier to that gold foil. And then we're going to do that. We're going to pull that down just a little bit off of it, so it'll hang Okay, then we're gonna stick this in to our box right there. We are gonna grab our basic beige ribbon. And then we are gonna tie a large bow, but not like a huge bow. You just want it to kind of add a little extra. All right, there we go. And then we will trim off those ends just like that. I'm going to grab 2 glue dots, and then we are going to stick that at the top of that little paper clip and make sure that's all the way down. And then I feel like everything's up a little higher, so let's move that down some. We're going to stick it on the For You, on the little piece there. Okay, and there is box number 2. And again, you can do, there are 4 different style boxes that come in that little set from Target that you could wrap up. All right, and then last but not least, we have this little box. Now, when I saw this sucker right here, all I could think of was our humble home. Well then, when I was putting this together, I was like, if I stamp the humble home, I'm going to color it because I want it to be a certain color and all of that. And so I ended up looking at this paper when I was putting the other project together and realized that there was a gingerbread man in there. And then ta-da! And then it also had the candy canes. And so I thought this would be perfect because it also has that peppermint in the center. So it worked out really well. So you don't have to watch me color. Yay! And I did the color on this one, Poppy Parade, only to change it up from the real red. But of course you could go to the real red, which is what this is right here. Okay, so let me move all that over really quick and bring in the score board. And I have lost my sticky. Hold on. There it is. Okay, so for our box, we are going to, on the 7.5, we're going to do 1/2 inch, 3.5, 4, and 7. Okay, and then we'll turn it on the long side, and we're going to do 1/2 inch, 8, and then 8.5. Okay. And then we'll move the board. And then we're going to fold on all those score lines. And then this one, I did it last because this one takes me a minute to think it through as I'm cutting it. Okay, and then let's fold our center ones. And then here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to put this together, kind of pull it together, figure out which one we want to be our front and which one we want to be our back. So this is going to fold over the front. So this is going to be the back. So this is the one we're going to keep. This is what we're going to cut off. Okay. So literally all we're going to do is trim here and then trim this all the way across. Okay, then we're going to cut this at an angle. So we're going to do it just like that. didn't cut it all the way down. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, then on here, we're gonna cut this, just the top section. So this part, don't do it at an angle. So just the top section is gonna be at an angle. And then you're gonna cut off this. So you're gonna cut off from that top score line, okay? Then you're just gonna cut this straight down and then give it that little notch in, okay? Then we're gonna do that exact same thing over on this side. And I drew a blank there for a second, sorry. I was like, oh, did I do this wrong? We'll see if I did. All right, so cut this one straight down, and then you're gonna cut it at an angle on the ends, okay? All right, now on this side, again, we're gonna cut off this one. So this is gonna be at an angle, and then we're gonna just cut it straight up. All right, and then straight up, and we're actually gonna cut, nope, we leave that one on, I'm sorry. Leave the bottom ones on. So we'll cut those all at a little bit of an angle. Let's do that one at a little. And then we're gonna do this at a little bitty angle. And then like that. And then like that. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna grab in our tear and tape. And again, this is gonna be our actual back that's gonna fold over to our front. So we wanna make sure that our adhesive goes here so that it goes over this piece here, okay? Because we want that edge to be facing the back of the box. All right. And then this is the piece that's gonna seal all of this together. So we're gonna put a piece of tear and tape there. Just like that, okay? And you don't need to really do tear and tape on any of the other ones, but I'm gonna put just a little bit here on each side, because that's just gonna hold in my tabs there, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear off this, and we're gonna just fold that over. And you know what? I did do it wrong, but that's okay, that's okay. So we should have actually trimmed this one to be at the angle so that that doesn't go, but it doesn't actually matter. I think it looks just fine, because once you close it and put your paper on, nobody's going to be able to really tell that. So just know that. And you know, the funny thing is my sample is wrong too. And I thought, I will not do that again. But it doesn't really matter. Once they break into the box anyway, they're gonna want what's inside of it. All right, so then we were gonna put those two there. And then we're gonna fold that one down. Just like that. And now we have our box like that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna stick your sucker down in it, and then you'll fold that up. Okay, and then we are going to take our designer series paper, and this is from the Snowy Wonder collection, with the snowman and all that good stuff. All right, so we're gonna take some liquid glue, and we are going to adhere it to the front with all the fun little candy canes. And then once we do that, we're going to take this big ribbon right here. This is the pom-pom ribbon, and it's Pool Party, and I love it, but it is definitely bulky for cards. So I thought this was the perfect time to use it for a little 3D project. And then we're going to tie a bow. Right to there. Grab our scissors, cut the edge there, and then that one is already done, and that worked out good. Okay, now really quick, before we move on, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So we've got our little stylish shapes label here, and we're gonna stamp the Merry Christmas right to there. And it literally just fits perfectly. So we are then gonna take our Pool Party circle. We're gonna put dimensionals on each side here. Oh, and before we do that, we've got to do one more step. We want this to go in the back. So we're going to cut that at an angle and come over here and cut it at an angle. Then we're going to actually grab our seal for a moment. We're just going to run seal over it and then stick it. Let's see, we just want it kind of to be sort of even. All right, so then we'll place that right there. All right, then we have our little house right here. And then we have our candy canes. Now, I didn't want the green to show, but I also didn't want it to look like that, because then I felt like it was almost giving it horns like a ram. So we're gonna do a little dissecting, because that's what I'm good at. So we're just gonna cut off the bow, and we are going to cut this one like that. Then we're gonna cut off this bow. And then we're gonna cut off this one, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over our little house. We're gonna put some seal right there. We are going to adhere this at an angle. I just kind of want to make sure where I'm going here, like that. Then we're gonna add a little bit more. And this is gonna go right here. Like that. And then this will go down here. And you just kind of want to make sure that it looks like it's going straight down where it should and not like cattywampus. All right, then once you do that, we're going to take our dimensionals and we are going to add a bunch to it. It is designer series paper. So I just want to make sure that we have enough to hold it up. And then we're going to take and add, we're going to actually do here, that side. And we're going to do right here. And then right here and right there. Okay, then we're going to take the backs off. And once we take the backings off, maybe if it'll come off for me, we're going to take our sentiment and we're going to trim it down to right about there. We are going to take a little bit of seal. And you see, I put that on the wrong side. We need it on this side. We're going to put that right there next to, let's move it up a little bit. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to flip that over and put dimensional on there. And then we're going to adhere it right here like that. And then last but not least, the main event of this one is the embellishments. The embellishments are the peppermint. They're called Real Red and White Adhesive Back Peppermints. These suckers have been very, very popular. So what I want to tell you is, hold on, I forgot to pull it. I have an extra one. This one right here. So make sure that you comment, you share, you like, because I'm going to draw a name over the weekend for anyone who does all those things to get these for free. It's going to be a nice little prize. Because otherwise, I'm just going to sell it with all my retired stuff. And I figured, why not give a little prize since they have been so popular. All right. We are then going to take our peppermints and we are going to add them to our card front. We're going to add one here and here. And then let's do another one here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. All right. I don't know. We're actually going to add 2 more. I think there should be 2 more. One there and one up here. Let's do one. Yep. All right. There we go. So that is our last project. And again, this makes a great stocking stuffer, but you can also give it to coworkers. Again, kids, you can send these with your grandkids or your school kids. So great little simple projects for you. And let me pull in all of our other ones. And there we go. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me. Don't forget, that the blog post is up on my website. It has all the information, the products used, all the dimensions in order for you to make the cards. It also has a link back to this video so that you, once you cut your cardstock and your designer series paper, you can then go and watch the video to put it all together. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.